spokesperson of the Southern District of the Home Front Command. This is the base of the Southern District of the Home Front Command, where on October 7th, one of the most iconic battles of October 7th took place in, actually literally right where you guys are standing. Please follow me and we will start chatting a little bit about what happened in the context of October 7th. I swear that I think I may have shopped in a grocery store. It's in New York.
It's
Or is it in Louisiana?
this is New Orleans.
It is New York. שלום מילה.
מה קורה?
מה שלומך? הסתובבת ואמרת מה קורה, זה אומר שראית אותי. אבל אני מתבייש להגיד שלום.
לא היה לי נעים להפריע.
I went out to grab my Cafe and Noon shirt. I had to set out the take and I grabbed the wrong shirt. So you grew up in New York?
No, I grew up here, but I moved to the States when I was right after I finished my service.
Yeah.
So it was 2007.
Yeah.
So I moved to the States and I lived for 11 years in the States. Last 6 years in New York.
What unit did you serve in here?
I was a spokesperson of the Gaza Brigade.
Ah, yeah.
So it was rush time back then and it's rush time back now.
Yeah.
Now.
Maybe we'll make us the biggest one.
Sure, no.
We worked for years with Barak in the 188 in the Golan for years.
Barak?
The Hatibah.
Ah,
Barak.
Hativa. Yeah, the unit.
Yeah, the unit.
So once again, hello everybody. Ronit, nice to see you again. Thank you for bringing those wonderful people here. To you our story.
Thank you for hosting us on
For
such short notice.
sure. I knew you guys were supposed to be here next week. Obviously, it was the wrong day in the calendar. And but here we are. We're doing it today. So there you go. We're a bit behind on time, so we're going to make it slightly shorter. But hopefully, you can take from it as much as possible. I'll go straight to it. October 7th, 6:30 in the morning. Israel is under a fire attack. When I say fire attack, there's alarms everywhere, and there's missiles that are delivered towards entire Israel. Me, I'm a civilian, and 6:30 a.m. I wake up from the sound of the alarms. And though it was Simchat Torah, it's our holiday, and I'm supposed to wake up. About a half hour later, I'm supposed to wake up to be awake anyway to go to the synagogue. I take my kids and my wife to the shelter, 5 and 3-year-old, and it was an alarm after alarm after alarm. And in the third one, I tell my wife, I say, honey, this is different, we're in war. Because when those alarms come from nowhere, it's usually a bad sign, because there is nothing to prepare. There's no tension before October 7th. There is really nothing to prepare us for it. And indeed, no one expect. I didn't expect. No one expect to see the footage on TV that we saw about an hour later. 8:30 a.m. I tell my wife, turn on the TV, please. And then we see those pickup trucks, those white pickup trucks in the roundabout of Sderot. Those pickup trucks full of terrorists, which shooting everybody. No one could really believe that we're seeing what we're seeing. Me personally, I thought like, it must be crazy, it must be AI, it must be something else. Like, it's impossible for them to be in the middle of our city centers with machine guns and on trucks, but indeed they were. So on October 7th, the way that Hamas, and it's important to say, the Palestinian terror organization of Hamas, they are not Americans, no Canadians, they are not Norwegians, no Australians, they are Palestinians. And it's important to remember that. because there is a distinguish between the Palestinian civilians and Hamas. But there should be no distinguish about where those Hamas members and terrorists are coming from. And from the manufacturer of Gaza, from the terror manufacturer of Gaza that producing those terrorists. So on October 7th, in a very well planned attack, that was their holy grail for many years. I was the spokesperson of the Gaza Brigade 20 years ago in my regular service. And as a young officer, I knew that that was their holy grail. That was their plan. They tried to conduct or to facilitate this type of an attack, and that was really their dream, a dream that was fulfilled on October 7th. They, on the disguise of those missiles that were shot towards entire Israel and put everybody in the shelter, they managed to deliver 22 attacks towards the border, meaning they penetrated 22 different spots on the fence, and that's what triggered everybody, and that's what made it so hard to even respond to so many occasions at once. Because it was a holiday, the Israeli military was on a holiday procedure, so we had less forces around, about 4 battalions that was protecting the area. And the first ones to be attacked were the bases that are right on the fence, like in Ra'im. Here, in this commandment, we are 15 kilometers, which is approximately 10 miles. 10 miles from the fence. It's a lot in Israeli numbers terms, in Israeli terms, because it's like almost to be like in a city center. So, because we are so far from the Gaza Strip, here in this base, the threats that are taken into equation are not the penetration of 10 Nukba terrorists that will come in on 5 motorcycles like they did. We don't take it into equation when we prepare the protection means of this base. So on October 7th, this small base has 13 soldiers, mainly female soldiers, that are situated in the base, mainly in guarding tasks and operating the war room, the command center of the base. And again, there was no tension, no hints for it to be a any type of different Saturday or a problematic Saturday, especially not the way it was. We soon we're going to go and actually watch a video that shows you exactly what happened in the base. It's a video that is comprised from the footage of the GoPro of the terrorists. They GoPro the whole thing, combined with footage coming from the cameras that we have next to the command center, and we translate it in English so folks here like you that come here can actually understand what's going on. But I just wanted to give you the context. So we are right here when around 7:20 in the morning, 10 terrorists riding 5 motorcycles are coming to this gate. They booby trap the gate, the one that you see is gate number 4, and explode this gate. From the sound of the explosion, the female soldiers that are here in the ladies facility, they wake up and understand that something is going on, and they hear some shooting, and they are obviously under the missile attack. So you have to remember all the time that all this attack from the terrorists that are with boots on the ground happening always when there is alarms that are not stopping for a second. Those alarms didn't stop. So those soldiers were waiting for a brief of the alarms so they can run to the command center, which is the safest place, because it's like a shelter, it's like a bunker, but on top. It's completely protected from any missile fallings, and this is the safest place in the base to be. That's the order that they get on the phone from the commander of the base. Get to the war room, to the command center, stay there. And everybody now is on their way to the base, because we understand that we're going for another round with Hamas, and the Home Front Command is the one that is actually manages it as far as civilian aid and search and rescue. So when there is a brief, those a group of 6 girls, 6 female soldiers live in their facilities, and right behind you on that trail, they run on the trail wearing their pajamas. And as they are getting to this point, the terrorists identify them, and with AK-47 they just spray this entire group. From that spraying of hundreds of bullets, we lose 2 of our soldiers, Ofir and Lior. They fall and die right here. 2 other soldiers, one of them is getting hit in her stomach, are deciding, they understand that they're under attack. They decide to go back to the ladies' facilities, and they hide there until the end of the battle, a decision that saves their lives mostly, probably. And 2 other soldiers, one of them is an officer, are running towards the command center in order to get there and meet their friends. There are other 4 soldiers that are currently in the wall. So at this point there are 6 soldiers that is in this wall. And in the video you will see what's actually happening later on. Okay, if there's any questions, I will take one.
One question, Adam. What is the farthest north that the terrorists got?
So they got close to Mavki'im. Mavki'im is a bit south of Ashkelon, if you're kind of familiar with the map. So I want to say about 5 miles north of Gaza Strip, a bit more than 5, probably 6, maybe 7 miles north
How
of,
many kilometers?
of. It's about 10 kilometers.
10.
So I want to say 6-7 miles north of Gaza Strip, if you want to say.